But I like that.
All right. Oh my.
Hey, we are live. So, welcome.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Get my earmuffs on.
Oh man, this is perfect. We live. You know what's great about being live right now? Is that we're not all in the same spot due to the fact that Gigi's out in the EXP con. She's enjoying herself, rocking and rolling, doing her thing in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So enjoy yourself. Have a great time out there. And of course, me and Ed were over here, in Queens and Long Island as well. So Ed, hello, sir. How you doing? What's going on?
Can we give a
I'm doing good.
Come, Sue, say hello to Facebook. Come on.
Sue!
She's going to the Icon Breakfast.
Sue! Congratulations on the Icon.
You made it.
So Sue is an Icon agent. That she capped plus 20 last year. Therefore, she's getting a cap back, in the form of stocks. And she's attending, right? She's going to attend the Icon Breakfast. This is big, guys. Big. Ooh. She's 4 years in the business.
All right. You know it's not going to be no continental breakfast. You can get some good stuff out there. So
that's going to be that's going to be top level scrambled eggs, link sausages.
Bye. Enjoy. As a matter of fact, save me a plate. I'll be there later.
English muffins.
Oh, save a plate for Israel.
English muffins.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to interview Sue on one of these events.
I know. So good morning, everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in. Wondering who our MVP is gonna be today. By the way, my eyes are crying. The hotel dry air. They have this AC blasting all the time. It's freezing in those hotels, but it's great. I'm not complaining. We're learning a lot. It's been sessions galore, like plenty of nuggets, plenty of reaffirmation of what the hell I need to do, because I'm in the same boat as everybody. Those goal settings apply to me and you. It's like definitely applying to me right now. And I'm like, I needed this, so I am happy about it. Anyway, what's up in your world, guys?
Yo, listen, G, it's been crazy out here. All right, it's been super crazy. Listing just dropped yesterday. Doing an open house, official open house today. So I'll be in Forest Hills this afternoon between 5 and 6:30 p.m. So if you're in the neighborhood, come check me out.
That's really cool. All right. Crazy. Yeah. So if you can't do open house on the weekend, during the week, that is actually every day is a great day for open house.
Every day is a great day.
This is it. Yeah. And enjoy your weekend. Take that time off. Deserve it.
I know. Well, I'm still gonna be doing more open houses Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna be doing open houses in East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights, Forest Hills, starting at 11 a.m. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh wow!
So I'm jam packed. My weekends are for the open houses.
There you go.
There you go.
That's amazing. All right. So today we're gonna rehash the 10 activities that will actually make your last quarter of the year super
Good morning, Omar.
Set it on fire, like Ed is saying. Set that last quarter on fire. Once you have a small little quarterly goal. All right. And I think it's very important. Hey, Omar, it's very important to just go back over it so we all understand what we gotta do. Because, we came off of those great training. We're going to do goal setting for the last quarter. We're going to do this and that. We're going to have our tracking sheet. And then, all right, so let's go for it.
Well, so I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, right. I mean, hold on a second. I mean, look, it's 15 days in, right? And we've actually had a lot of great energy when we first did our little thing on Thursday, and it was a lot of energy, a lot of information. We've actually supplemented it again the other Friday as well, just to make sure everybody understood it. And I'm hoping, look, it's 15 days in. I'm hoping that some of us actually took some advantage of that motivation, of the actions that we're about to talk about right now, of tracking your numbers. Because I think, it's really a great way to scale yourself and see how things are coming along. So let's talk about the first one. What you got there, Gigi?
So if you remember, it's like decide on your goals. Tell everybody about it. Make sure those goals are clear and concise. when you put a parenthesis or quote unquote, use the SMART goal method. You guys said. That's what I gotta
Clear
say.
and concise.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I mean, it's important to actually have a clear and concise, idea. You can't keep staying on the hamster wheel. You obviously, if your plan is to actually try to get 12 contacts, you get 12 contacts. If you're planning to at least get one listing this week, aim for that listing. Go for it. Whatever you need to do, whatever you have to do, go get that listing. If you have to go get a lead, go get some leads. If you feel like you don't know how to, reach out to the next person to do so. But look, the point is this: you really have to put a goal in front of you. Like the light at the end of the tunnel kind of situation. Put a goal in front of you and aim for that. Just keep going straight for it. Just keep doing it and have it specific, measurable, accountable, and actually have it to a point that you understand it clearly. All right. And share it with everyone else.
All right. And let me go back quickly over the SMART goal and what they meant. We're not going to go do a class on this because it's another topic. So SMART: S, specific; M, measurable; A, attainable. Nobody's going to say in the next 90 days, I'm going to earn like $2 million in gross commission. Could, but very unlikely. R is reasonable. What? R was, oh my God.
You forgot what R is?
And then T was time born. Oh my God. Right. What was this? You see?
It's okay. You just woke up. Don't worry about it.
No, you know what it's called, guys? It's awful. It's called menopause brain. Relevant.
Oh my
God.
No, it's actually a thing.
Oh my God.
There is no shame. Okay, Mike. That's where I'm at in life right now. And those things happen. Yeah.
So it's relevant. Yes, it's relevant. Oh my God.
Relevant.
Is it reachable? Is that what it is? Reachable?
Relevant. Reachable, relevant.
I thought it was accountable, but it's attainable. Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right. So
attainable.
Smart, measurable, attainable, relevant.
But you know what, Israel? You actually
trackable? Is it T for trackable?
The T is time bound. Like you need
time
to give
bound.
it like that 90 days is already the time bound we have. But what you said accountable is, I think it should be part of the attainable, because in order for it to attain it, you need to be accountable.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Wow. And you know what, guys? If anybody needs to have tips and a little push and a little just reminder of accountability and what it is, what it means, what you need to do about that, Israel is your man. Israel is definitely your man.
All three of us are. What are you talking
about? You're more. I think you're more. You really about this. I think you had organized sessions and everything.
Yeah,
so you're the man to reach. Yeah.
I mean, look, folks. Yeah, absolutely. You can reach out to me. I mean, all three of us are great for accountabilities. We all have our own ways of doing so. But one thing's for sure, it's our goal together as partners or as a team is to reach the goals that you want to reach. It's like we're all not going to be the same thing, but you want that extra help. You want somebody to get you to that next level.
And don't be shy about it. You see, like a lot of people want to be accountable, but then it's a secret goal. It's like a secret. Nobody what you plan on doing. Right.
This is not just right. It's not like the Charlie Chocolate Factory. You don't get the golden mailer out there, and all of a sudden, yay! No. It doesn't work that way. You really, if you're gonna go out there, that means you're doing an uncomfortable situation. Remember, these top agents, they did a lot of uncomfortable stuff to be top agents. So pretty much, it's an uncomfortable situation to have somebody push you to get you to that next level. And think about it this way: 21 days is an adjustment, 90 days is a lifestyle. So just keep that in mind.
But I think it's important to tell other people, especially those that love you, because they'll make sure that you're going to reach that goal in subtle ways sometimes not. But if they got your back, they make sure they're going to help you reach that goal, right? So number 2 was, and this is very important, and this is where you need to get organized and use your calendar. You still want to use a paper calendar, just use that. So decide
So
on
you
the
gonna say Pepper Ann?
decide on the exact days you will work, because we know, like, even started a few weeks ago, all those holidays started from Hanukkah till Kwanzaa. It's non-stop. All right, so decide on the days you want to work, and you will work.
That is
Post
important.
all your holidays, the days that you have to take off, just cross them off on the calendar. All right, decide on the evenings and weekends, just like Ed, you will work for the extra push. Be very clear, same thing, be very clear about it. And again, put them in your calendar.
Mm. That is
Your
true.
thought?
And one thing I will say is that that calendar comes in handy like there is no tomorrow. Every single open house that I've been doing consistently for the past freaking 2 months with different properties, I literally have the people that attended, their information, stayed in touch, keep track of it. So I know I was one of those individuals that said, hey, look, I got my calendar up here. I know where I have to be at. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what that says right there too? That you're really not taking on much business. So if you could actually keep track of your calendar in your head, that's great. But when you really get out of control and you're gonna know that you really can't keep track of it in your head, you're gonna lose track of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in my honest opinion, get that calendar. You can do it old school, you can do it new school, you can do it whatever way makes you feel comfortable. But just
Yeah.
keep track of your numbers, and then that is gonna allow you to go back and see how much work you've done in the past, right? Once you can track your numbers, you'll know, like Israel said, how many contracts you could lock in on a monthly basis, right? How many deals you
Very
get under
important.
contract on a monthly basis, right?
Yeah.
You cannot keep track of all your closings up here, all right? You
Right.
got to keep track of your business and make notes, look back at them. That's the only thing that's going to help you excel.
Yeah, so if you don't have a supercharged CRM like we have, that's basically gonna align your contacts with the calendars and the appointment and so on and so forth. Google Calendar is great because you can, once you can add an event, you can even add your goals, you can add a reminder and a task, which is great. So, like, use whatever you can. You want to go with the what do you call that? The fireman calendar. Great too. Great photos, by the way. Anyway.
Okay.
Fireman calendar.
All right.
What about the fire women calendar?
Yes, that one too.
And let me just add a quick footnote. It is important to actually write everything down that needs to be written down as far as scheduling, because we were offline and we were talking about a certain schedule, and I was like, I don't have that on my schedule. So you need to make sure to write everything down on your schedule, because if not, you're gonna be lost. Believe me.
I know.
We were just
don't
talking
get
about
caught out there like Israel
what
did.
What the hell are you talking?
Gigi and I were literally like, "Are you serious right now, bro? We had this conversation. We literally created a schedule for the next 3 weeks." But anyways, that's beside the point.
I didn't have that one in.
Schedule,
that's what happened. I didn't have that one in.
And stick to it.
All right, and then so number 3, like, prepare. This is where prep. You need to be prepared. First of all, you're gonna start those 90 days. You're gonna start a new way of doing things with that whole notion, because that's what it's gonna be, like the whole notion of the 90-day cycle going into the big business planning for the whole year. So let's start smaller. So you're gonna have to get prepared. Like, prepare your database. Let's clean up all those numbers that you have in your CRM. Guess what? You're gonna have to call people. All right, you're gonna especially like clean up your SOI, your sphere of influence, and decide on the message you want to deliver. Like, nobody's gonna tell you, oh, you should just use this script and do this. No, it's up to you. You want to do gratitude calls. I know we went over those a few times, and I think we have. Did we put that in Workplace and Facebook? If we haven't, we'll put it. We'll put the different scripts. Like, make sure, like, your database, whatever you have in your CRM, whatever Excel spreadsheet you're using are there. All right, prepare. And that's another one. Should I go? I think like 3 and 4 should be hand in hand. and then I'll leave you guys the floor. Prepare your
Wait.
call
You're going
list.
into 4?
Yeah, I'm
I was
going
about to
into
say
4.
something about 3.
I
What's
just
4?
yeah.
What's
Don't
4
wait
real
on
quick?
4. Wait on 4. Just wait on 4 because
Well,
I
hold on,
just
because
put
she
this
said it's the
together.
same thing. So what's this?
Hold
what's
on,
4?
man. I got a
No.
ticket on the bottom that I just put together, and we're not going to 4 yet.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just put this together.
Okay. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
so the 5 P's. Go ahead, explain.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna explain the P's. I was
Oh,
just putting
okay.
that
So
thing together.
here's
know
what
you
I
were
was
gonna
gonna say. Here's what I was
Okay,
gonna
the
say.
5 P. Okay, good.
No,
Hold on.
after.
This is what I was gonna
Go
say.
ahead, Israel.
So really quick, the fact that you actually are looking at your list, you should always keep in mind of 3 things. You should always purge your list by asking the questions of who's looking to buy real estate, sell real estate in the next near future. Purge that real estate. Find out who's your 90% of no's and those who are your 10% yes. From there, you start organizing your 10% from categorizing them now to your A, B, and C. And then at the end, you figure out who are your top 5 players that you're going to work with in order to make your numbers.
This
That was
week,
my
yeah.
short take. There you go. Next.
Oh wow. Yeah. And then yeah, in the SOI, like you have, by the way, your phone list, your contacts in your phone, that's your SOI. If they know your name, okay, and you know their name, that's part of your SOI list. Call them up, clean that up as well. I know it's going to be uncomfortable, but clean it up. Like sometimes you could get the idea. Like I know I've seen some agents do it. Oh, I got a new phone, or it's the end of the year. I just want to make sure I'm going to get ready for next year and reset everything. Sorry, I'm getting some text coming in.
As big as your list is, I mean, this is the way I see it. It's you pretty much call only 20% of that list 80% of the times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as big as it is. So people can have, 10,000 or 1,000 people or 800, 500, but you only call very few of those folks. Now think about it. Imagine you calling all 800, 500, or 1,000 folks, or even sending them a text like this. Have you given up on your home search? Or thank you, and send out a gratitude text. I'm not going to say the whole thing because I don't want to spoil it for everybody. But
thank you, ... Okay.
But the point is, you actually use that, right? And you send out a gratitude text, you send out a couple of scripts just to open up their phone so they know who you are and you know who to actually, purge and those you need to work with. All right. Go ahead.
Good. Beautiful. I can go to número 4. Yeah. Número 4. All right. So, guys, prepare your call list. That's why I thought it was going hand in hand. Like, get your call list together because I'm sure you've had, I'm not saying you need to make phone calls, but if you want to call expired for sell by owner, go back into circle prospecting. Make sure you get all this ready. Don't scramble at the last minute and go to your assistant or your team leader and say, oh, I need this. Like, do it like now. You should even have asked right for it. All right?
I kind of disagree with that one, but all right, go ahead.
Really? I think when you preparedness clears up your mind, and I'm going to tell you why for me it works. Is I'm pretty much ADD. If I see a shiny object, I'm just gonna. So I have to have certain things in place. Like right now, I already packed. I need to have my preparedness is something that I structured because if I don't do it a certain way, I'm going to move on to other things. So I have those little packing thing that just, take the air out and I can roll everything and have so I'm all.
Oh, those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, those are cool.
But you see, because of my crazy mind, because I'm all over the place, I just need to narrow down the task and get prepared on this, and I do that one thing, and then I can move on to the next thing.
So where I sort of disagree on it only in this portion here is that when you become a person who's overly organized, right? You tend to organize and never do the action. So what I'm thinking about in that sense is just create a mess and just go after it anyways, regardless of what list you have, right? It doesn't matter if it's a for sale by owner expires or if you even go into your own phone, just go after it. Don't start creating, I'm not going to call this person, that person, this person.
No, not in
Don't
that
get me
sense.
wrong.
No,
right.
No.
But don't get me wrong. Don't call your exes. But
You know
it's
what?
like,
Listen, I would disagree with this because I sold my ex-husband's apartment after it was
oh,
one
okay.
year. It was 1 year on the market with an other competitor, you know, and he thought he
Oh,
was like, that's going to be awkward if I use Gigi. And in the end, he was very happy. Very, very, very happy.
if you're in
All
good
right.
terms with them, sure. If not, and they still you still owe money, I wouldn't do
Listen.
it.
Damn, what the hell, Israel? Do you owe one of your
I
exes
mean,
money, man?
I'm just saying, if you owe them money,
What the hell?
you owe them that old shirt from the other day. You know, whatever. Now it's just
The truth comes out. Israel out here
Oh my
owing.
God.
nah. First of all, I don't owe any money.
God. Oh my God.
And then this one is serious. Like, if you have listings, guys, number 5, if you have listings, rate your listing inventory. And I'm going to explain a little bit.
I like that one.
Like, go through each listing and rate the price. Look, you know, according to its location, condition of the the property, the kind of marketing you have, how it shows on MLS. Make like a mini plan of action for each listing. Look, like, especially right now in this market, does it need a price adjustment? Do we need to update the marketing? Are my photos okay? Do I have professional photos? And I'm going to tell you guys, like, investing in professional photos goes a long way. All right. How is my description? Does it reach the consumer? Do they see the picture? Because if you're just going to go like, great house, residential block, new bathroom, finished basement, that's not a great description. It's not sexy. Okay, what do you think, guys? What do you think about that thing where the few listings you have, you're going to actually check the pulse? How, you know, how they fare? How do they look like? How much reviews? I mean, how much
I have 2 things to
inquiries do I
think
get?
about that, but I'll let Ed go first.
No, go ahead. I want to hear
Go
from
ahead,
you.
Ed.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're mentioning them, right? Competition is another thing to look at, right? If you have competition in the area, who's your competition? What's their price points, right? Then you could compare as far as pricing goes on your property. Are you getting a lot of attention at your open houses? Are you getting a lot of attention through your, you know, if you have a lead-based program, are you getting a lot of responses back? And I remember hearing it from the beginning. At the end of the day, there's only 2 things that really affect the property. It's price and location. You can't physically pick up the property and move it to another place. So what do you do? Yeah, change the price. You make it competitive. You make it affordable. Things are expensive right now. You have to play the game. That's what it is. At the end of the day, you're negotiating these deals, right? You have to go back, check the temperature in your properties. If they're getting too cold, like Gigi said, up it up a little bit. Yes, this is your business. You might have to invest and start to advertise if that's the case. You know what I mean? You don't get any business, guess what? Go out there and door knock, right? I know what the rules say, but at the end of the day, you have to know how to prepare yourself. You have to know how to go out there and say, hey, I'm inviting you to this open house. I have a listing. I have a property. I'm inviting you to this property to come take a look at it. And that's your foot in the door, right? When somebody's about to close the door on you, you stick your foot in there and that's your foot in the door. After that, it depends on you, right? I'm calling it a foot in the door because that's basically what it is, right?
Yeah,
somebody opens the door
metaphor,
and they're like, the first thing they say is, no, I'm not interested in what you're buying. I'm not selling you anything. They're confused. You know, well, I'm not interested. Interested in what? Right? All I'm doing is inviting you to an open house. I'm a real estate agent. My client had hired me to sell their property. Who do you know that might be interested to move in the neighborhood? Right? That's my foot in the door.
Yeah.
Before they slam it on my face, that's my foot in the door. What I say next all depends on me. It all depends on you, and it all depends on what's coming out of our mouths at that point.
Yeah, I want to hear from Israel. Because I know we all agree on the activity. We just have different ways of doing it. And I hope there is something for everyone in this, you know, from
so for me, the way I look at it too, it's not only listings, right? It's actually take the temporary gauge of your buyers in that same sense. So whatever you did for your listings, existing buyers, right? So people that you're working with, are they really ready? Are they really ready, willing, and able to move forward? You know, the interest rates are changing on you. They're going higher. The supplies are going different as well. So you have to look at it not only at how your temperature and your ratings of the listings. If you don't have any and you have a lot of buyers, start checking the temperature of your buyers, which ones are the right ones to move forward. Okay. And I think that's a great way to do that. You should really, work on that aspect. And if you're great on the phones or you're great on door knocking, so on and so forth, and you run into a for sale by owner, expired or withdrawal, whatever, check the temperatures on those. See how long they still been in the market. Right. And they've been in the market for now 30, 40 days. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Can I speak to you real quick? It seems like you don't know what the hell you're doing. Let me help you. Let me help you sell your home. These are the things that you want to do, right? You really want to basically now, not only on the listings, if you don't have any listings, look at the other aspects of our business, which is buyers. How many of those can I say that are ready, willing, and able? And then expires that I've called in the past that really need my help.
Let's go back on number 6, which is post your goals everywhere.
Wait,
is post your goals everywhere. The goals that you have decided on section number 1. Do you still have? Is it the right word we're looking at, Ed? Is it? Do you have your goals in the back of you? Do you want to move your head and show everybody what it looks like? Not like that. Not the.
I love it. I love it.
So you see. Have it in front of your mind, at all time. This is a perfect example. This is Ed's workspace. I can see a little bit of a highlighter thing. I see numbers, and I know he's adjusting his thing. It's actually his tracking sheet is a live being, and then just post that everywhere. Post your goal, have them in your pocket, just give, get a flashcard, give this to your team leader, give this to your best buddy in real estate. Don't be a secret. Those goals, everybody should know about it. It has to be a living things out in the universe. And just do it. I believe in, yeah.
And don't be afraid that you don't make it. If you're with an accountability partner, hopefully that person can help you pivot so that you can make it.
Yeah.
All right. Some folks, we have these fluff numbers that we've only done one contract and we want to do $1 million. And you're seeing yourself not able to make it, then there's something that maybe your accountability partner can help you get to those numbers.
Right.
Right. Because you're probably not doing something there. If you don't have a coach, your accountability should do it. Go ahead, DJ.
Which leads me to number 7, which is setup, extreme accountability. For yourself, when we're calling extreme, you have this 90-day with a specific goal in mind and you want to achieve it. So crank up your accountability. Same thing, your broker, your team leader, your best buddy. You want to get accountability partner one-on-one. You want to go into an accountability group. I think we have accountabilities with the Global Alliance every Monday at 9:00. Jump into those things. Find accountability groups on workplace if you're part of our brokerage. There is a lot of things you could do. You have to get accountable even to yourself. Your spouse should know, you should be able to discuss, what are we doing this? Are you on track with your phone calls? And have that person basically remind you of all the activities you need to do to reach that goal. And it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
No, it's true. I would just add to this, honestly. We live in a day and age where everybody's on social media. And I just thought about this the other day, but I've been posting on social media consistently. And what I feel that it's doing is my followers are basically my accountability people. That's the way I'm kind of viewing it. So people are always watching what you're doing. All right. So if you feel that it's a little too extreme, I would say then gravitate to social media. And the only reason why I would say that is because it's going to help you get better when you're speaking, public speaking, when you're talking, when people are having conversations with you, when you're engaging with your sellers, your buyers, leads, whatever the case is, it's going to allow you to develop yourself. So if you don't want to tie to anybody, that's fine. But now you're going to hold yourself accountable through social media, which is a little more extreme, but the only thing that's going to start to do, in my opinion, is that you are now putting pressure on yourself, and at that point, you're trying to push yourself to the next level.
Yeah,
But
and
still,
you Ed already have an accountability partner. Like Priscilla is also in the business,
yeah,
so and you actually moving together towards those goals. Like, and I
yeah,
know you've been able to accomplish like in couple of years. I mean, come on, how many people can say in couple of years, okay, we get married, we're able to get our apartment, and this is like couple of years down the line, we already got an investment property. And I know this is
correct.
going to be like systematic where every year you guys have something else that you want to do. And,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
just the goal is just to have a quality of life and ultimately attain like time freedom. So you can do more enjoyable stuff.
Yeah, more control of my life, my decisions, what I do. Listen, I want to travel the world, man.
Exactly.
That's
No,
a
go
that's
for
a
it.
big ass goal because clearly I gotta eat, I gotta stay in places. So all of that
You,
costs money.
you can actually
So
amp that up too by saying not only you want to travel the world, but you also want to travel it in either business class or first class. So like
Yeah.
even then, that
well,
will
I
give
mean,
you
I
a
mean
better,
too. So one of my biggest goal, and I'm putting it out there, and some way somehow I'm gonna figure it out. But I wanna do a road trip and travel and explore all 50 states. Like I
Wow.
want to go and explore North America, you know what I mean? But I
wow.
want to do it in a nice size RV that's comfortable, and I would love to do it with maybe two or just three more couples. So it would be like four of us in a nice RV. But we're talking about like almost a month, 2 month trip. But again, it's just the experience to go through that would be, I don't even know what
Phenomenal.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my big dream right there. But I'm working towards it some way, somehow. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get a
There
nice
you go.
RV. I'm gonna pack it in with some individuals, and we're gonna go out and just explore our own country.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So number 8, everything we basically mentioned all the above from from before number 8. In order to accomplish all this, you're gonna definitely like, let's be serious. Again, we took the gauge on our inventory, but let's take the temperature on our skill set. How good are we?
Ooh.
So let's make a skill improvement plan. I'm being
Mm.
nice there. Okay.
So what was the
Let's
name of
Mm.
number 8?
let's
Mm.
make a skill improvement plan.
Skill
These 90
improvement
days,
plan.
take advantage of those 90 days. And Israel mentioned it, make a mess, but it's okay. Jump in that pool of contacting people. Like, like basically tell yourself, I'm going to learn one new script or relearn it or assimilate it and really get the tone, the intonation, and don't sound robotic. I'm going to learn one script every week, or I'm going to learn one objection handler a day. I'm going to memorize it. It's like, oh no, but I want to do my thing. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just grab whatever is available to you right now. Use it. You don't have time to reinvent and write new scripts that won't work. So use what's available. You have so many trainers, so much material out there. Choose one guy and use their material. Learn it, absorb it. So I have to say,
Yeah.
go ahead, guys.
No,
You
I
know,
mean at the end of the day, it's really that. And if
Yep.
you're someone who's calling leads or reaching out to people, um, chances are you really don't know what to say. You know what I mean? So all I would say is read the script. Once you have it down packed, then and only then can you internalize it and put your personal twist to it. You
yep,
understand? But until you actually know what questions to ask to then qualify a buyer or qualify a seller, just follow the script. That's all I would say. Whatever. It doesn't sound like me. Do you think you sound better? Give it
no,
a shot. Look at yourself in the mirror. Try to say it to yourself. If you can sell yourself, then okay. But chances are you might be selling yourself on a lie. So follow the script, read the script, go through it, and again, just internalize it. Once you know what
yeah,
the questions are, your own personality will start to come out. You're not going to sound
yeah,
robotic. You're going to sound more comfortable. You're going to be more confident. Just
yeah,
internalize it. Read it,
yeah,
learn it, build it.
yeah. What about you, Israel? What's your take on this one?
No, I mean you said it perfectly. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
to building your skills on that, especially when it comes to scripting, um, it's repetitiveness. It's pretty much you have to keep doing it every single day, whether you're doing the scripts. Again, chanting it out fast, slow, through a video, through a tape recorder, whatever you use. Honestly, just do it in the sense that it helps you know exactly what to say, what not to say. Because again, what people do in today's world of sales is that people will only do business with people they recognize or people they know, right?
Mhm.
And if you're not following or mirroring their information, or you're not following and mirroring their whole content, they're not going to do anything with you. They're not going to talk to you, right? Know the tonalities by which you're going to do it. We all have this inability of having the salesman pitch.
Right.
The I got to go higher, and it's we all do that, and I did
Yeah,
it when I
like
was in
learn.
retail.
Yeah,
Go
while
ahead.
you're doing it, practice at your real estate conversations. That's basically whether it's going to be
Right.
buyers or sellers. Or if you need to, you're going to need to develop your skills on your listing presentation. How good are your CMAs? Are they relevant?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Can you put a CMA that is going to win you half of the listing appointment?
So,
Maybe
and
not.
then I'm glad you brought that up, because honestly,
Yeah.
that's another thing I just thought about too. As far as skills, that's another skill to have too, is doing a CMA. Have your team lead look at your CMA, make sure those are the right CMAs. Because honestly, there's folks out there that may think that house, it's a bungalow, is worth $1 million, but they were matching it with the mansion. It's like, hello, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Apples to
Yeah. Yeah.
apples kind of thing. That's a skill
Yeah.
to have and a half. So yeah, I think that scripting, CMAs, doing previews, doing showings, things like that is things that you need to do on a repetitive,
Negotiations. Yeah.
repetitive
Working on
motion.
your negotiation skills to present the offer, how my package looks. There
Yeah.
is a lot of things, and if you need help, go back to your team lead, go back to your broker. There are many, so definitely improvement skill. Even for a seasoned agent, just go back at it, or like especially this quarter. You'll be thankful in January, February, when those big checks are going to come in.
Yeah.
All right.
What
So
I would
number,
just what
yeah,
I would just say is, as far as the skill building part is, there's actually, interesting enough, games out there like chess or similar games out there that'll help you build the negotiation or the skills. Because at the end of the day, in real estate, I believe that it's all a chess game, right?
yeah,
You're gonna read my body language, my facial expressions. If the buyer comes in ecstatic, I want this place, they know. So everything is a chess game. So I would recommend learning those type of skills, so not to show your hand. You want to make sure you don't disclose your information until the time is ready, so you can negotiate.
you see, I know, do you see Sue in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Saw you,
interesting,
Sue.
and I don't want to harp on it too long, but I was watching a video on YouTube, right? That I tend to do that sometimes, and watch somebody stay live doing a phone call live, right? And they
Yeah,
were doing it as a customer to an agent kind of situation, and this agent just pretty much just shelled out the entire information. There was no negotiation after that. They just became all transparent with all the information, and I was like, man, you're not giving yourself enough room to either
yeah,
gain more money, like to gain something, or to gain more
momentum.
information.
Yeah,
And that's what it is. Once you ask a question, and honestly, keep this in mind, folks, even though you're doing scripting and everything, remember this: every question you ask, just shut up and let them talk, right?
Mhm.
And then ask your next question after that. Just shut up.
yeah. So we can move on to the item before the last item, number 9. All right,
Item
so
number
guys,
next.
we're having great days and we're having bad days. When it's shit, right? What was that
Right.
French term?
Some days may be good, some
Some days
days may be shit.
So don't give up when you're having a bad day. All right, revisit your goals, take a deep breath, cry a little bit, because it's okay. You have to go through that emotion thing. Okay, dust yourself off and let's go back at it. Yes, it's not comfortable at all.
Ooh.
All right.
Can I share
What
an
do you think?
uncomfortable experience?
Go ahead. Go for it. Go for it.
So here's an uncomfortable experience. I literally let me prepare myself because some days may be good, some days may be shit. And let me tell you, the past couple of days was kind of shit. Um,
Oh.
but but I got notified. I got notified that a buyer that I had in contract since February in a new condominium building. The building finally got their permits. I guess the CO. Um, but the rates from February compared to the rates from today, my buyer went from being overqualified to then needing a cosigner to then like it's not going to happen at all.
Oh,
So that deal fell through. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I caught wind the deal that I was that I was on that I was working both the seller and the buyer, my seller. So out of nowhere, I get word that my buyer didn't even get to the interview phase. They just ultimately rejected his application. I don't even know why. From a financial standpoint, he's good, but I'm like, what? So boom, that one goes back on the market, right? So it was like I'm literally sitting there and I'm just like, oh great, like these deals are just falling apart.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those
so
days.
yeah, it becomes one of those metaphors, right? Like once you have a flat
Yeah.
tire, what do? You fix that one, or you just flatten out all of them,
No, I drive the
right?
car off the cliff, bro. I take the car and I hop out of the car. No, but it gets like that, man. It really did. And
Some
yesterday
days.
was that. It was just I was like, damn, man, what the hell? Like, and then there was so many different things that I could have done, right? Because in all actuality, where I messed up, because that's the way I viewed it, where I messed up with the one deal that went from qualifying to like not even qualifying anymore, I was on the buyer's end, I'm not on the listing end on that one, so that deal just completely went out the window. So where I messed up is that I relied on a lender to kind of
That you
look out
not.
for the
Yeah.
buyer. So I
Yeah.
messed up because I had enough time, which I did mention to the lender about a Sony Ma program, which is clearly a program that gets you better interest rates. The only problem is it could take anywhere between 4 to 6 months. But I already had that time frame there. You know what I mean? So I literally should have forced them to do the Sony Ma. And what I'll tell you guys out there, if you're watching realtors, whatever the case is, in some instances, these lenders are interesting individuals because you mention a specific program to them and they may either not know it or they may not want to do it because it's
Because
too
it
much
takes too much
paperwork
paperwork.
and it doesn't pay enough. And I think that's a terrible way to look at things because guess what? Not only did it take too much paperwork and it didn't pay enough, but now it's not paying at all.
Yeah.
Right? So what do we got to do? Make the customer happy. When the customer or the client wins, we win, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I lost that, and I'm mad at myself because I could have did something different to prevent that from happening. But all we could do is learn from that.
Yeah,
So,
and it's very good that you actually mentioned, like, just remember, like, you have to come from a place of service. So yes, on those bad days, you just can regroup and say, here, like, you remind yourself why you're doing this work. Yes, like on this one, you obviously lost that deal, but you have other people that you will help gain access to the American dream, buying a home. So just remind yourself of really what you're about, why you're doing this. Yeah, the money is
absolutely.
great, but actually we're here to be like servant leaders. We're actually inspiring people to purchase and sell home. We're not going to make them do it, right?
Yeah. And just real quick, I mean, honestly, I've been through that boat of the co-ops. Obviously, I've done a lot of co-ops as well, and the condo. That's crazy. But especially with these new interest rates, I've actually have a lot of old clients or old buyers that I've worked with that every time they're like, okay, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. In today's market, I'm like, did you speak to your lender? Because I know it's been about 4 or 5 months that we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to your lender. Can we make sure that you're still in that spectrum of buying the same amount, same value? And when it comes to co-op, honestly, it's I've gone to the point of now trying to make sure I always put in a recognition letter when I get denied. If it's not a reason, then I need to have a reason. And if they still deny me after that, then you know what? Then it was something worse than I thought.
Who puts in the recognition letter? You as an agent or the buyer or the seller?
The buyer writes it out. So
Who's
you
that?
pretty much give them you give them a guideline of what it's like a love letter, pretty much, right? And the guidelines of their education, the guidelines of their finance, guidelines why they should have been approved. If it has to do with anything other than what's outside of those spectrums, please let us know. And then from there, you pretty much once you give it to the management gives it to the board, and then they decide whether or not they're going to move forward. I can tell you that I've done it maybe 4 times already, and it's like worked out 4 times.
Nice. I'm gonna need an outline of that.
All right,
Well,
guys.
yeah.
So we're a little bit over time. I think we went a little bit over.
Oh, we have 2
But-
more. No, we have 1 more or 2 more.
One more. That's it. One
Go
more.
ahead. Let's do that 1 more.
Number 10. Once you
Number-
complete
yes.
that 90-day cycle and we've done, you reach your goal, hopefully, and you went through the motion, you went through the process, reward yourself. Reward yourself for a job well done, just for yourself. Like, I don't know, take a weekend up in the mountain, with your loved one, or if you're a girl, buy yourself a nice pair of shoes, something that makes you happy, just for that. I think it's important to reward yourself, pat yourself in the back, with something that you really love, like a nice dinner if you're a foodie or stuff like that, like Sue and I had last night, like oysters.
There you go.
Yeah. And also do that. Reward yourself.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Always
That's it.
reward yourself.
That's it. Right. So
Well,
I guess, and I hope,
I
I
was
hope you
awesome.
guys took notes of those simple 10 actionables you can use actually to help you reach the goals that you set earlier, a couple of weeks ago. And hopefully we guys, you can reach out to us. We can help you. We can go over some of those activities you can engage into. And we're there. All right. So
Track your numbers, folks. Get
I
that
think
accountability partner.
yeah, we also I will be posting additional scripts in Workplace and Facebook for those that are in our with our brokerage, and for the others, reach out to us and we'll help you out too. Definitely help you out. All right.
And we gotta shout out our boy Omar
Again.
being our MVP,
Oh,
most valuable
Oh, yeah.
host out here. Omar, we appreciate you tuning in. Tune in. You hear me? I'm like tune in.
But I would
Soon
definitely
crazy.
appreciate everyone for tuning in, and
Yeah.
Lucia,
For
thank you
sure.
to everyone for tuning in. This is why we're here. We're here to give you tips, tricks, motivation, and education. So honestly, the more you learn, the better you are, the better you'll be when it comes to the real estate market. And I love doing this. So it's
You are not chopped liver. At least
might be some pork chop, but I mean not a chopped liver. No.
Man.
At least you're the second MVP of the week.
Second
All right, here we
MVP.
We're gonna get the
Oh,
silver
man.
medal. All right.
Well, you guys enjoy your silver medal breakfast dinner because it's 3 hours behind out there. We're gonna go and kick it up a notch over here and get some work done. So
All
we
right.
out of here.
See
Peace
you
out.
guys.
Peace
Thank
out.
You.
Enjoy your
Thank you
weekend.
again. Bye.
Don't forget to come to the
Peace.
open houses. Open houses this weekend, all right? Forest Hills, East Elmhurst, Jackson Heights. Let's go.
Bye. Enjoy.
Adios.